Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by. Like very dark man don't scatter everywhere. Northerners will not love this video because he just stated the obvious truth. You guys know that when you start telling truth in Nigeria, it's like your life is in danger. This is the reason why a lot of people are now saying that very dark man need to be careful. So in this video, very dark man tests the difference between the Northerners, which is HAUSA-FULANI, and then the Southeast, which is Igbos. So you're going to hear everything that he said in this video, as well as what Magnus Oraka also said concerning HAUSA-FULANIs, as in the Northerners, right? So let me allow you guys to take a look and hear everything they discuss in this particular video.
You the difference between the Igbos and the Hausas. I'll tell you the difference between the Easterners and the Northerners. See, Hausas are more than no verse. I'm just trying to make a point. You understand? No hard feelings. I beg, more than no just verse. I just need to make a point. Now I'll tell you why they have a lot of beggars in the North against the East. Do you understand? Let me break it down. Right. As you all know, in Nigeria, we know the Igbos as businessmen. We know that for this country, now Igbos now do business pass, and then no trade pass. Do you know how we started? It started with one man called Obinna. Guess what? Just the way we know a lot of Igbo men are businessmen, they do business, they get a lot of billionaires. A lot of those billionaires, where they say a lot of them are illiterate, they don't go school. So I want to take education out of this gist and out of this story while I make my point. A lot of them don't go school. A lot of these big Igbo men, when they bring in containers come Nigeria, if you hear them talk, you don't go believe. A lot of them are illiterate, but they get businesses, they be billionaires across Nigeria. So I'm taking education out of it, right? You know how it started? It started with one man called Obinna. Obinna looked at Nigeria properly and said, Nigeria will be needing A, B, and C. We don't have a lot of these things here. What do? Let me bring it from abroad to come and sell here. Do you understand? Okay, I noticed that there are a lot of Toyotas, but there are no parts. Let me start bringing parts. Toyota parts all the way from Japan. Next thing, Mr. Obinna started bringing parts. When he saw that the business was going good, Mr. Obinna said, I don't have a child yet. I am not married. What will I do? I need somebody to help me. Oh, Mazi Inanna, my kingsman. He has a son. His name is Chikodi. Let me bring Chikodi. Chikodi Bata Lagos. That's how Chikodi Bata Lagos. Chikodi came as a young boy. He started following Mr. Obinna to do business. After a few years, Chikodi became a man. Mr. Obinna said, it's now time to empower you. Mr. Obinna said, let's do freedom. He gave Chikodi 5 million naira and told Chikodi, I have secured this line. A lot of people come from Abuja to come and buy parts. Do you know what you do, Chikodi? Go to Abuja, go to Apo Mechanic Village. I'll be sending you goods because you don't have much yet. That 5 million is the startup point. I will send you goods. When you sell, we'll share the profits because you need to stand on your own. And this is how from there, Chikodi became a man and started doing business. From there, Chikodi brought Unity Rim, and that was how everything spread. The Igbos now started doing it across Nigeria. The thing spread, boom, everywhere. Do you understand? This is how the Igbos, next thing, they empowered themselves. I'm coming. Now let's go to the north. The Northerners, again, they also have a lot of illiterates. That's why I say we'll take education out of this. And they also have some billionaires, because all of them no good daft. They get somewhere to say they don't socialize. They started business. But unlike the Easterners, do you know what they do? There's Mr. Adamu, that's a big businessman who is a farmer. Because they do a lot of farming in the north. A lot of the food that you eat come from the north. Do you understand? Now, this man started supplying foodstuffs. And he said, you know what? Hey, Hassan, come and join me. But do you know who Hassan is? Hassan is his son. Not someone else's son. Now, when he brings Hassan to protect his empire so that when he's gone, it will continue. It's a chain, family tree. Now, this big billionaire in the north, When he makes a lot of money, do you know what he does? He does charity, sadaka. He goes to the streets, he shares a lot of money because he knows that his people don't have much. They are suffering, they are hungry, a lot of them are beggars. He comes, he shares money to them, give them relief materials and all. That's why politicians capitalize on the north more, because they have a lot of beggars. But this is the difference. A lot of billionaires in the north, they do charity, while a lot of Easterners, they do empowerment. They bring in their brothers to come and learn work. Before you know it, they don't spread. But in the north, it's different. They do sadaka, they do charity. That's why they have a lot of beggars in the north against the east. As a matter of fact, if you calculate all the beggars in the eastern region, you know reach one state for north. Do you know the irony of it all? Is that most of the beggars when they east, they come from the north. That, my friends, is the difference between empowerment and charity. Now let's go and look at the dictionary meaning between the both of them. Now the dictionary meaning between the both of them is this, right? What is charity? Charity is a voluntary giving of help, typically in form of money, goods, or services to those in need. That is what they do in the north. That's why they have a lot of beggars, a lot of poor people. Because charity is breeze. Charity na breeze. As you give them their chop, it don't go. As you give them the money, they spend, it don't go. Now let's go to empowerment, what is done in the East. Authority, empowerment is the authority or power given to someone to do something. By bringing Mazi Inanna's son to come and learn trade, is that he has empowered Mazi Inanna's son. He has given him the authority to see beyond. Then when it is now time, he will give him power, a startup fund. Then Mazi Inanna's son, Chikodi, when he becomes a boss, he will now send money to his kinsmen, and that is how he's able to take care of his own family. But in the north, charity cannot take care of those children. That's why a lot of them are beggars. What am I trying to say? The difference between empowerment and charity. So when I talked about empowerment, a lot of people say, but these people, they give 500 million to charity. You know, she said the other one, he went to one hospital in, Burna Boy went to an hospital in Port Harcourt. He paid the hospital bill. The video pack money, give charity. Those are charity. Charity is different. Charity is like breeze. Empowerment is a stone. Charity, empowerment stone. If you throw stone, you go see where they go. But if you don't blow breeze, they don't burn you and make see breeze. That's charity. So don't mistake it that when somebody is giving money, it means the person is empowering anybody. No. Know the difference today. That's why, like I said, perfect example is the East against the North. Now, before I traveled to China, see, China also motivated me more. Before I traveled to China, I was giving money for people to learn work. But when I go to China, I solidify why I must do it more and more and more. Now, I went to a gadget store in Guangzhou in China. There's this lady. She said, oh, you buy cleaner? She dey sell cleaner for clothes. I said, me no want cleaner. She said, oh, buy cleaner. You two, get one free. Two, give you one free. Give you. I said, no. She kept on bugging. Then I brought out 100 RMB and I gave it to her. She brought out the distance. She said, oh, I'll give you one free. I said, me no want cleaner, just go. Because I know what makes she disturb me. You know what she do? She said, you no buy me, no want money. Take. I tell my guy, I said, tell her, say I dash him. Do you know what he said? Because he has stayed in China, I said she not go collect. They know they collect free money here. You know why? Because they have the power, they have the substance. They cannot be beggars. Empowerment go a long way. And if you feel that when you don't get them clear, you know anybody, anything, then you are wrong. That's where CSR comes in. Corporate social responsibility. We all need to do that to make the country grow. If you feel like you're 1 cent, no need for Nigeria to become a better place, then I laugh at you because you are not even ready. Today, you know the difference between empowerment and charity. Charity is a breeze. Empowerment is a rock.
If you are a northern youth and you are listening to this video, you probably will not like the video. But if you pay attention and reason, you might understand that I am not mocking you. I'm actually trying to open your eyes to the realities of how your leaders have degraded you to mere expectants who don't receive anything. The world is growing. The world is growing. This is the jet age of the. We're not even talking about computer age. We're not talking about artificial intelligence. People have explored the horizon of knowledge. People have gone very, very far. Yet we are still fighting on the basis of religion, tribalism, and things that will not set up high. Now I make bold to say that if we continue the way we are, the North will never allow Nigeria to grow. The North will never allow Nigeria to develop. And I'm going to list a few things why this is so. Now, the other day I was traveling from my dad's burial, and we made a stopover in Abuja in the night. Cows are being herded through the streets of Abuja. In which country where you see the main capital, that road that leads to Transcorp Hotel, in which country in the world would you see that farmers are herding their cattle on the major street of the capital of a nation? Where? Now, one other thing that will prevent the North from allowing Nigeria to develop is religion. Most Northern Muslims, they hold their religion dearer than any other developmental features you bring. That's why most of their politicians, after looting money and stealing money, they just come and build one mosque for them. They will see that as a big achievement for that politician. Whereas the mosque does not provide employment. The mosque does not invent aeroplane. The mosque does not give you economic value. It's just a spiritual entanglement, if I should even add that. Now, another reason why North will always hold us backward is that their politicians are the most uninventive, the most uncreative politicians in the whole world. And I'll tell you why. Now, let me take Borno State, for instance. Do you know the type of land these people have? Do you know that the North is richer than the South? If only they can concentrate on agriculture. But rather than concentrate on agriculture, they concentrate on, they wait for monthly subvention from oil in Abuja, money from Abuja. You cannot develop when you place religion as a more priority than developmental features. You cannot. No country which places religion first develops. It's not possible. Then the other reason is the feudalistic nature. By feudalism, this is the only place where you see people pride themselves for being poor. And those who are rich also commend them for remaining poor. This is the only place in the world where you hear somebody who say, Allah yebaka kabamu. That means God give you so that you give to me. Not God give also. God give to you so that you give to me. It's a suppressive mentality and a subservient mentality that you don't believe you can become a billionaire. In the South, everybody believes that he can be a billionaire. Everybody. But here you see and they wrap this poverty mentality with this statement that it is what's the word I'm looking for? Not satisfaction. That means you are satisfied with what you have. You are contented with what you have. Sense of, oh, the word is missing me. What's this rubbish? That you are contented. That's not true. Man is built to aspire to the limit of, you are meant to aspire to the summit of success. You don't just stay in one place and say, this is where God has put me, it's how God wants it. You can't develop with people with that kind of mindset. Everybody need to aspire. By aspiration, places develop. Have you wondered why states that were created with states like Delta State, Delta State for instance? Now you can't compare Delta State and a state like Kebbi, which were created the same day. You In fact, if you go to states like Kebbi, you're wondering why such a state was created in the first place. Katsina State, okay. The other reason why I've seen this people, they love power. You want to grab power. You want to grab power. When you grab the power, what do you do with it? Katsina State has produced more presidents in this country than any other state. But go to Katsina. The only time Katsina State had a sense of development, because I've been to Katsina State, the main bypass that goes through Katsina State was done by Goodluck Jonathan. The only federal university that they have that is not a beehive of activities was brought by Jonathan, which means southern politicians are developmentally oriented. Does it mean that the president before Jonathan didn't know that the state needed university? Because the politicians did not constantly want the people, the youth, to remain illiterate. Because the lack of knowledge prevents you from the lack of realization, the lack of awareness, self-development, realization, and actualization. They don't have it. So when we say, it sounds like we're passing insults to the North. Because, and then when you begin to make it possible that the criteria for education is low. For me, I had to write JAM 3 times. My first JAM I wrote, I had 214. It was more than what eventually 3 years later when I wrote, than what the Northern Medugri man got as merit. Whereas the second time I wrote JAM, I scored 224. Yeah, 224. I still couldn't get it. It was the third time when I wrote, I got 264 before I got it. I went and I was registering with somebody who had I was registering with somebody who had 170. You can see the difference. His own cutoff mark is almost half of what I had to score to get into the university. Because of this lack of competition, everybody has become, nobody takes education. Because after all, education in Nigeria does not really determine who you are. Education in Nigeria does not determine who you are, and they know it. So the need to strive to have education is not there because you are not encouraged. And those who manage to get the education believe that you don't need to put in too much effort. Just get it, and you will still go to Abuja and become director in one district. And yet, when you begin to put mediocre in places of professionalism, what do you get? Rubbish. Nigeria cannot develop with this. I was in when I was registering then, I remember, and I just remember now, when I was registering in accounting, there was a lady that they gave medicine. She went and said that she can't do medicine, or she don't have head for medicine. Academic officer, whatever officer they call, slapped her back. That she should go and do it. Now, the girl says she can't do, but she says she go and do it. Now, this girl will now go and open clinic and be stitching people anyhow. Mediocrity is so celebrated in the North. Now, I do this video not to mock the North, but because the attitude of lackadaisicality, if there's a word like that, nonchalance, now a French word, and this idea that whether I struggle or I don't struggle, I will still go to Abuja and become a director. It has to stop. It has to stop. Development comes with a mind of aspiration. You have to aspire. Not this idea of let's grab politics, power come to the south, then you just go, you do rankadere, you now share money for you, you go back and marry many wives and do the. Imagine governors in Kaduna, in one of these states in the north, saying has to give money for many boys to get married and produce what? If you boast of a population, you have to also know the quality of population you have. Yes, you say you have the population. What type of population? Are they illiterate population or educated population? We must get this thing right. We must get this thing right.
So my people, that is it. I hope you guys had everything they said here. They just stated the obvious truth, especially what Very Dark Man said concerning the Igbos and the Northerners. Like this apprenticeship program from Igbos, like nothing will beat it in Nigeria, honestly. I'm talking about the Northerners, how they're, making sure that Nigeria keep going backward. I have seen like several videos where the Northerners themselves, they will come out and say that if Nigeria want to move forward, like Nigeria need to develop the North. Like, who is holding the North? Who is making the North not to develop? Like, these people have been ruling Nigeria for a very long time. The South supposed to be the ones that are complaining right now when it comes to, okay, Nigeria is not doing anything for them, especially in the Southeast. So why is the Northerners complaining about Nigeria not developing the North? Like, who is holding the North not to develop? This is the reason why a lot of people are saying that if we continue to stay together as one Nigeria, Nigeria will keep going backward. The only solution for us is to divide this country, or let's go back to regional government, so that each region will decide what is going to happen to them. Because if we keep, practicing what we are practicing right now, I don't think that we are going to make any headway anyway. So my people, I make I bring this update to you guys. I hope you truly enjoy watching. Do wait to subscribe if you haven't. Give this video a thumbs up and share it as well. I will see you guys in my next update. Goodbye for now.